Good morning, guys. How's it going? Welcome back. It is part 3 of the oil gauge install. Part 3 because I finally got my custom APillar pod. Nice little APillar pod, ain't it? The G37 07 to 2011 has these clips here. If you guys are looking to do this, the 2012 and newer is different to the older ones. It's pretty cool. It's done really good. I hope everything fits up and stuff. He's done a lot of custom work for a lot of other guys out there in the community. I need to go ahead and I need to find an illumination. Remember the last video we put aside that illumination because I couldn't find one that's really close to the fuse box where everything is. I was going to have to run a long wire over to where I tapped the one for the air pressure gauge. But I did some Googling and stuff, and there may be a headlight power wire I could tap that's at the harness close to the fuse box. Let's go ahead, before I disconnect the battery to tear everything out, let's go ahead, tear this open, and get my meter and see if I find that 12-volt signal. Okay, this middle harness, see this middle harness right here? This red wire in this middle harness, technically supposed to be a signal. See, it's right here. See any red wire from this middle harness? So see, here's my illumination from the last time. We just taped it off so it went ground. Let's go ahead and get the meter and test it out. So right now, I'll put the meter in 12 volts, put in battery, okay, get ground. Can you guys see this gauge here? Put it up here. See that junk there? So we need to get our ground. So let's go ahead and put him in here. Stick him in with a bunch of the car's factory ground here. Okay. Let's see if I find. Okay, so that's 12 volt there. And we need to put it inside here. Okay, there's nothing there now. Let's turn on the lights. What do you know? We got 12 volts. See that on the meter right there? Turn it back off. No 12 volts. Ha 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 ha. So, instead of going all the way over there, we could just tap that red wire that's in here. Tap that bad boy and get it running. I may have to move a bunch of stuff a lot to get tapping and put everything back together nice and neat. Like I said, everything was temporary, but it's pretty cool. Headlight on. Let me just double check I believe it's the middle one from when I found on Google. Let me check this bottom one here. Let's pull that fuse tab out. Okay, that's a live 12 volt, so we definitely don't want that. So that is the middle one here. This middle red one. Tap it again. And 12 volt. Cool. We will go ahead and we will proceed and work on tapping that line to get the illumination. Let me go ahead and just pull all the gauge stuff out, get the gauge totally outside, and fit it into the cluster. Alright guys, got the pod. Get this out. I was thinking I would actually use this as a temporary pod, drive around a little bit. I didn't use this pod at all because I had the car parked up because, you know why? Damn gaskets are messed up. Come on now. 2 and tight fit, tight fit. These connectors, man. There we go. So Erica ES Customs saying that the gauge, the gauge should fit, but it may require a little bit of sanding for it to actually go in properly all the way. Let's get these wires in here. This actually could tuck and probably stay in. Oh no, if I need to reprogram it, so let's just make it hang out also. A little bit of tight loop around. There you go. Gauge installed. After a quick Google, a lot of people said hot glue, use this, use that. The best thing I found really was electrical tape. Put some electrical tape around the gauge and friction fit it, and that way you could actually kind of rotate it still. Don't lock it in or anything, don't glue it in. You can rotate it and let it fit. And it's holding snug in there. Now we just gotta route the wires and stuff. Get it in the car. I think I may need to put one more strip because this had too much on this side. I need to put another strip. Okay, so we put 2 on that side. Let's get it in there. Ooh, I need to rotate the heck out of that. Much better. Let's go and put it in the car and see how it looks. Yeah, that looks nice. That looks nice. Let me put this down for a second. She is. Looks good in there. Much better than that old pod it was in. Let me bring this down a little bit so it's kind of over. There you go. Rotate this up. Yeah. That's good. Bring it back. Show the whole thing. Now, this is an OE part that he stripped the fabric out of. Okay, because it's going to be a lot more expensive and a lot more work to actually rewrap it with the same material and everything like that, and wrap the gauge cluster. You can see there's a gap here also, that the material and foam from the headliner stuff went in there. So there is going to be a gap. So eventually I might have to take this to an upholstery shop and get it wrapped. But it looks nice. It looks way better than the pod that was there. You got a little bulge on the other side. Now to hook it up. Okay, got these two harnesses unplugged. And remember, this is the red wire that we want to tap. It's really tight. I would really like to actually put a proper tap on there, but for the lack of options, I'm just going to have to use, one of these taps. So you put it over the wire and you clip it hard, and that actually kind of clamps the wire or strips the shielding. And if you see inside here, it kind of bites the wire. And then at the other end, you put your wire into the spade connector and you slip it inside here. And that spade connector catches into this part here. And I believe that would give me enough clearance and connection, so it'll be about that high. So let's go ahead and get that done. You carefully get this shielding off. Okay, we got our wire free. Here's our wire we want to cut, or we want to tap. Okay, we got our wire in. I'll close it up. And get my pliers. White illumination. Yeah, let's go trim this some. Alright, let's crimp this bad boy. Some good tugs. That seems good. So hook the spade into here. Okay, that's a good tug. Connector back, harness back. Put this harness back. This tap back. This tap was like here. Now when you connect this tap back. I'm gonna have to get a whole new butt connector for this one. That one in. Get all positive in. Good tug each side. That's good. Put them back together. So everything is connected now. Now we just need to make a test, make sure everything's working, and then we can button up and clean up down there. So let's go ahead and connect back that positive. Start up. Check all the functions. I don't have the key on me. Ugh. Nice. So, we got power. We got ground. Let's turn on the headlights and see if it'll dim. think there was a little dim. Yep. So you can't really see the letters, but it's mostly here. Let me see if I close the door. Okay. So yeah, headlights are off right now. Yeah, so you see the dimming? So nice. So that works beautiful for illumination. Awesome. Go ahead and shutter her down and clean up our wiring. Shut up, car. Just gotta move it a little bit. Our tap is right here. That worked great. Let's get these gauge wires. We'll connect them to the sending wires for the air ride. Let's get these bottom wires all secured together. You're trying to basically take off any strain that the wires may encounter. Is pretty much what we're trying to accomplish right now. I want to support this park light wire also. I don't want it to get stressed, because the last thing I want is for it to stress and rip this factory wire. So let's put one here so it won't be flopping around. Alright, so I'll try to... Actually, I should incorporate this big one on there so it's supported on two sides. So let's cut this off. And we will support it and sandwich it on two sides. Because if it sticks out here, it might interrupt with the kick plate. Come flush cuts inside. So kind of setting up some traps for whoever coming in here next, which will probably be me. Woo, that one's sharp. Man, I should really go get my flush cuts, you know. Tuck these wires in here. Every other wire good. Let's go get that kick plate. There we go, all buttoned up. All buttoned up. Let's go put this flat one back on. Let's go ahead and give her another start. And just let her idle, let her warm up so you guys can see the bars. Nice. Let me clean up this junk. Hey guys, so we're in the back road now. I got the action camera mounted so you can see the gauge. It is flickering in the video, but it doesn't flick in real life. You know, the whole resolution, refresh rate kind of thing. So that's why you've seen it like that. Okay, so just know that's not how the gauge looks in real life. Turn this air down so I want to hear that. I'm trying to find some shaded back roads so you can actually see the gauge a little better. As you can tell, I still have some oil pressure. I don't have the best, so I'm not pressuring the car too much. I'm just taking my time and I'm driving through the back. The inside meter is the oil pressure meter. I can't see it really because the camera's in the way, so I gotta tap the screen, make sure it comes back up. So the inside meter is the oil pressure meter, and the outside meter is the temperature meter, the oil temperature meter. So we should get some shaded road up here. Well, we got a little bit of shade there. Showed it off some. Yeah, it's just too dark right now. Sorry, too bright right now. And there's no real parking garage anywhere for me to actually kind of go hide and shade the car under. But yeah, I believe I'm gonna just go do a UE. And we'll try this a little later when it gets darker. Actually, look, you can see a nice little shot there of it. Yes, that is 5-ish PSI on idle at operating temperature. So with the sandwich plate, you get a loss of 4 to 5 PSI. So I definitely need to get my galley gaskets changed. I'm still waiting on Z1 to piece together the gasket parts. It's been 3 weeks now I put the order in, but yeah, look at that. 5, 6. Oh, you got a 4. So gaskets need replacing, man. 86K. Gasket needs replacing. Okay, going back this way. The sun's not washing out the gauge as much. So I guess we don't have to come back later. So now when we're driving, you can see how the gauge is running. Doing good on temperature wise, but of course I'm not really stressing the car out, driving hard or anything. Yeah, I'm doing like 3,000 RPMs. And we're getting about 70 PSI. 3,500 RPMs there, 70 PSI. That's at 2,000 RPMs at operating temperature. You're supposed to have at least 44 plus PSI. So it is low. It is definitely low. It sucks, man. Well, I think that's it. Thank you guys for coming and hanging out with this multi-part video of getting the oil pressure gauge installed to keep on your galley gaskets. I do appreciate that. It's pretty cool. It's really nice. We found a problem, but we'll get over it, you know? We'll take care of it. In the meantime, guys, please hit that like, hit that subscribe, guys. Hit that share. Share it out with your friends and stuff like that. And until next time, hopefully, we'll have a more positive video. Well, this is still positive, right? But next time, guys, you'll have a good one. Later.